All right, so before we get started, I just wanted to say shout out to all the people who are commenting on these videos, yo, like for real. It's so dope to see you guys having discussions and I don't know, adding more context to things that I don't understand. I feel like I didn't make it clear enough in the recording, so I just wanted to add this in the beginning, but yeah, I think you get the point. What is up, y'all? Sage here. Today, I wanted to do something a little bit different, so we're gonna bring up some of these comments. You know, it's gonna be chill vibes, get you a little drink or a little blanket. I have this thing. I like it because it keeps the water cold, but the thing is that it's massive. You know what I mean? Like, I have to drink it with two hands. I feel like an infant. All right, so first comment is about Marcus. So you know how in episode 3, after Powder finds Silco, Marcus then drags Vi away. He's like, if Silco hears you, he's gonna kill you. You know what I mean? Like, basically trying to save her life. But then, you know, next episode, turns out he put her in prison for, I mean, essentially like the rest of her life is what her sentence would have been. So, you know, I'm over here like, what the hell happened? And this person here is talking about people died and someone had to take the blame. Marcus didn't save Vi, he saved himself. And I think that's a very interesting thing about Mark's character, or not Mark's, but Marcus's character. I feel like Marcus is someone who wants to be the hero, but it's almost like he's too much of a coward to be the hero that he wants to be. Think about the scene with Silco and Marcus, right? The scene where Marcus pulls the bomb and kills Silco, you know, imagining himself to be the hero. I don't know if you guys watch anime or anything, but the 10 anime commandments say if you don't see them die, they did not die, okay? So in that shot, the only person we see dying is Marcus. He wants to be this hero or this martyr, but he just can't. It's like he's in too deep. And in that scene, I feel like rather than him wanting to be the hero, he kind of just wanted to make it all stop. You know what I mean? Just get rid of himself and hopefully get rid of Silco in the process. I don't know. That's what I got from it. Yeah, okay, so another comment under it. Only person who can't be saved throughout the series is Marcus. He's so deep down that he can't be saved. I think because of that, for me personally, looking back at least, I think Marcus is maybe the most interesting character to me, just because he's so, I don't know, he's just so caught in the middle of things, and everything he does to save himself for his family just turns him more and more into a person that he doesn't want to be. Now, I don't know, I didn't like him when I was watching it, but looking back, he's actually really dope character. See, that's what I love about this show. That's what I love about this show. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. Let's find another one. Ooh, okay, so this one's about Heimerdinger. There's a YouTuber named Schnee who goes deep into the trope of the old wise man, which Heimerdinger is a version of. He asked the question, is Heimerdinger wise or just old? Okay, so when it comes to that question, is Heimerdinger wise or old? I'm gonna say old. This man is old as fuck. I think the thing about Heimerdinger for me is that he prioritizes his own comfort rather than prioritizing the people around him. I don't know, when you think about the state of Piltover, the state of the Undercity, even when it comes to like the health of his friends, he would rather not face things that scare him, whether it's like technology advancing too fast or like visiting the Undercity to see what's actually going on down there. Because when you think of the state of Piltover just as it is, it's almost like he has just a willful ignorance to it. And I feel like his attitude more or less rubbed off on the rest of the topsider people, all the, what do you call them? All the people at the round table, right? So we can ignore the people in the Undercity. That's too much to think about, right? I don't want to think about that. We'll figure that out 100 years from now. We'll figure that out 200 years from now. Who cares? And I feel like it's the same in the second to last episode, I think episode 8 maybe. You know, like after he gets kicked out the council and then he goes to the Undercity, he's in his like cloak arc, walking around, seeing all these people either in distress or suffering, kind of just, you know, observing. The only person he really interacts with is the girl, which in that scene I think is the only person who wasn't in any sort of immediate distress. And you know, after walking around the Undercity for a bit, he goes and finds Echo, and what does he say? What does he say? He says something like, I wanted to offer my assistance, but it seems I'm not welcome, something like that. But the thing is, when you look at the scene, he's not offering any assistance to anyone really. If anything, it's the complete opposite, right? I'm pretty sure he sees some guy getting mugged who needs help, doesn't do anything anything. He kind of just turns his head, right? Then he sees a homeless person who needs money. You know, he reaches out his hand asking for money, and he chose to ignore everyone that was in immediate distress and just went straight to what was most comfortable to him. You know, like he gave her a toy. It's like, okay, cool. I offered my assistance, did my good deed for the day. All right, another comment. Addict that knew Vi was the gentleman that Vander helped out in episode 1. Oh yeah, I actually went back. I found him. That guy looks so different now. It's crazy. On a personal note, I've worked in mental health and have witnessed in real life individuals who have taken the same route as that guy. They're willing to be somebody and will do whatever they think will bring that idea into fruition. I feel like it can be the same with artists. For me, I make music, so I know a lot of music artists. It's not the same, of course, as like getting strung out on, you know, hex rock. But so what I've noticed that a lot of artists do, and what I honestly used to do, I feel like sometimes we can purposely put ourselves in some sort of, I don't know, maybe like emotional turmoil. Like maybe we'll self-sabotage a relationship or isolate ourselves, and then we'll be like, this is when, you know, this is when I'll make my masterpiece. I know so many artists who have made their lives miserable because they feel like living in that miserable state will allow them to create some song or some book or story or whatever that'll change their life and put them into like some higher tier of existence. And like I said, I am guilty of that as well. I used to do the exact same thing. It's just interesting how there's so many examples of that. All right, so episode 9, let's see. Ooh, okay. So talking about the scene where Powder calls Vi a liar. So I remember in that scene, I was like, when has Vi lied? Like, what am I missing here? So this comment says, Vi left her behind in episode 2 when she tried to turn herself in, twice in episode 3, and again on the bridge in 7, each time feeling like a worse betrayal. Silco's warning that Vi is lying and will abandon Powder again is an easy sell. This is crazy because when I read this comment and looked back at Vi as a character, I've come to the conclusion that Vi is just a serial ghoster. Because when you think about it, I feel like there's so many times where she's talking about, I need to save Powder, I'm going to save Powder, I'm going to do this, going to do that. But I feel like every time she actually has the opportunity to, she either just didn't try or ran away. I remember I was saying that in one of the episodes. I was saying it feels like Vi kind of gave up on her, and I think she did. I think the best example of this is when they're on the bridge, you know? Okay, so we got Vi, Kate, Echo on this side. We got Powder on this side, right? So these two, they turn and run away. Only person that comes to Powder is Echo. When I was watching that, I'm over here like, why would Vi not try to talk some sense into Jinx or into Powder or whatever? And when you think about more examples, like after the scene, right? After Echo and Jinx both get blown up, Vi doesn't even check to see if Echo's okay. And I get it, there were enforcers everywhere and Silco was there, but she never went back. Days later, never went back. And she more or less abandoned Kate too. If Powder hadn't have brought them together, I don't even know if Vi would have reached out again. That's tough. She would have fully just ghosted that girl. All right, what next? What next? Ooh, Silco. Let's talk about Silco. The reason Silco tells Vander at the statue that he finally understands them is a throwback to Silco telling Vander that he doesn't understand why he would die for a cause but not fight for one. The reason he finally understands is now that Silco has a daughter, he understands why Vander would give up fighting to protect his daughter. Yeah, so for me, I think the most surprising thing about Silco as a character is that he genuinely just loved Jinx. The whole time I was watching, I was expecting there to be some reveal of like, why would you trust me, you stupid girl? I always hated you. I'm evil. You know, like some shit like that to happen. But it never did. Like he genuinely just loved her. Like, I don't know. For me, that makes his character so much better. It makes it so much more interesting. What was the last thing he said? The last thing he said Jinx is perfect. To me, that's just so crazy because when I think about that statement, it makes so much sense as to why he wanted to kill Vi so badly. Because if anyone could turn Jinx back into Powder, it's her. And essentially Jinx turning into Powder would be the death of his daughter. Powder is Vander's daughter. It's not Silco's daughter. Jinx is his daughter. Father of the year. Shout out to Silco. I'm gonna miss him. That speech in one of the episodes, the Remember Where You Came From speech, low-key for me, maybe like top 3 moments this season. It was incredible. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. Again, shout out to all the people who are commenting. Love you guys. Like I said, y'all add so much to this experience, and it makes it so much more fun. So shout out to y'all. But yeah, I don't have much else to say, so I'm gonna end it here. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and drop me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time.
Body